Well, hello everybody! Welcome back to yet another recording video. What? 2 in a row? Sorry, I'm actually really excited to be back recording videos because I've really missed it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love live streaming, hanging out with you guys, but there's just something about recording the video, you know, and then just editing it and like having fun with it, you know, because that's the one thing I did miss about live streaming, you know, like especially when I did Sidemen Reacts, because you know how I love to put myself in that, like, in that empty spot that they have, like, I just love it. Like, I don't know why, but I find that so much fun to like put myself into the video. Like, I love it. So, with that being said, we're going to do a Sidemen Reacts video right now. This is the top 10 most disturbing human experiments. Now, as we all know, human experiments has basically been going on for a long time. You know, we've always seen movies about it and historical research about it, blah, 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 you know. It's like the main thing. The one thing that comes to mind is obviously Stranger Things because, you know, it's Stranger Things. 11. Basically a human experiment. So, along with the other kids that have numbers, I can't remember what was the other girl, like 7 or some shit like that? I can't remember, but you know what I mean. So, I'm kind of scared, not gonna lie, like, it's just like, I don't know if I'm gonna, like, hate this video, or, like, it's gonna be, like, intriguing. You know me, I babble, I'm gonna shut the hell, it's been a long time since I babbled like this before, so there's gonna be a lot of babbling, so I apologize in advance right now. So, with that being said, I see Vic on screen. Vicstar, take it away.
Hello and welcome yourself back
Victor.
to Sidemen.
Yes.
Myself, Ethan, and Simon. We're going down a weird route today. We're learning about the top 10 most disturbing human experiments performed in the US.
Yeah, of course it was us.
Is advised. We have no idea what we're getting ourselves
Yeah,
into,
I don't either.
Let's run it.
It's on Watch Mojo.
That was smart,
so
yeah.
it
True,
can't be, you know, can't be too bad. It's on Watch Mojo.
I mean, let's see. Let's get it.
It's gonna be bad, isn't it?
That's wrong. 240 volts.
Oh.
These horrible acts were committed in
That
the
was a
name
TV
of
show.
science.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 terrible experiments performed in the United
I've been
States.
electrocuted.
Known as the
Ow.
Moscow show
You reckon
trials,
Captain America's in
these
this?
court cases give the world its first
Wait, what?
public
Experiment,
proof
wasn't
of mind control.
For this list,
I
we're looking
don't
at
know.
examples of human experimentation executed in the U.S. that were harmful to their test subjects.
It was important. They were supposedly untreated, and it would be undesirable to go ahead and use large amounts of penicillin to treat the disease because you'd interfere with the study.
Please note that some of these stories could not be proven as 100%
I did not have sexual
factually
relations
accurate.
with that
Freaking Ethan.
However, we've done our best to get the most accurate information possible.
Okay.
Overwhelming number who say they were intentionally exposed to mustard gas in secret experiments have been denied benefits for decades.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is gonna make me
Project
upset.
MK Ultra.
Yeah.
Officially sanctioned in 1953 and backed by the CIA, this series of experiments studied the effect of mind control with methods like hypnosis, drugs, isolation, and sensory
Yeah, this is
deprivation
tapped.
used
This
to
is very
modify
tapped.
human
Yeah.
behavior.
This is what they did. They did chemicals, they did biologicals, they did disguises, they did electronics, secret writing, and the like.
The CIA enlisted the help of prisons, hospitals, and more than 40 universities to perform experiments on subjects without their knowledge.
Jesus
make you wonder what's
Christ.
still going on.
Sub-projects, Operation Midnight Climax. Prostitutes who were secretly working for the CIA gave clients LSD. And while these men were under the
I just-
influence, they were spied on through a one-way mirror. In
the hell?
1973, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered the destruction of all records related to MK Ultra. But
my God.
subsequent investigations led by Senator Frank Church and Vice President Nelson Rockefeller, in addition to 20,000 records recovered in 1977, were able to shed light on these activities.
So
Number
bad.
9, the Stanford Prison Experiment. Designed by psychologist Philip Zimbardo, the goal of this 1971 experiment was to examine the psychological impact of imprisonment. For the experiment, the psychology building at Stanford University was turned into a prison.
I think I heard about this
24
one.
undergraduate students divided into 2 groups.
I've never heard of
prisoners
this one.
and guards.
I haven't heard of this one either.
Look on it as an
So
experiment or a simulation.
it was all, they're all students, but the ones who turned into guards ended up acting like guards and getting a power trip almost. I think it is this one.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like obviously
shit.
that's like going like, all right,
Interesting.
some of the Sidemen are guards, some of you are prisoners, and then
Yeah.
the Sidemen.
Did you
who are
see
guards.
KSI in the prison?
I mean, Vic's not wrong there.
Run by psychologists instead of run by the state.
They took their commitment to their roles to disturbing levels, with the guards doling out abuse and the prisoners
no.
accepting it.
Yeah.
Things got
Jeez.
so intense that some students had to be removed due to the trauma. Although the exercise was supposed to last 2 weeks and had the interest of the U.S. Marine Corps and Navy, it was shut
That's
down
mental.
after just 6 days.
Jesus
when the repercussions
Christ.
of the experiment became clear. Number 8. The
6
Milgram
days.
experiment. Fascinated by what motivated Nazi officers to commit atrocities during World War II, Yale psychologist Stanley Milgram set up an experiment to see just how far Americans would go before their conscience stopped them.
Oh, computer. Okay.
Why do we need to know?
Right. It's hard to understand exactly why. Part of it is the absurdity of the situation, and part of it is the nervousness that they're feeling.
In the 1960s experiment,
Right.
a teacher would read questions to a learner, who was actually an actor pretending to participate in the study. When the learner got an answer wrong, the teacher gave what he believed to be a real electric shock, progressing in 15-volt increments up to 450 volts.
Did it sound as if he was in pain?
Yeah.
If the teachers objected, they were forced to administer it regardless. After being
Oh,
assured
shit.
that they would be free of all responsibility, the teacher typically complied, even when the learner screamed in agony.
That's wrong. 225 volts.
Two-thirds of the
I'm not gonna
first
lie.
subjects
Jesus.
went all
I mean,
the way
that-
to 450 volts, proving
Jesus
how much
Christ.
they're
That,
ingrained
that
to
screen
obey
one,
authority.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean,
morally
it's,
or legally unjustified.
It'll be all right. Yeah.
Please continue.
Number 7, Dr.
Go- I don't
William
know,
Stanley's San Quentin prison experiments.
my
I
conscience
think
is way too freaking good. I couldn't
Leo
do it.
Stanley
Very
used
fast.
prisoners for various experiments from 1913 to 1951, with some verging into dark territory. These experiments included sterilization and possibly finding treatments for Spanish flu. A strong supporter of eugenics, Stanley performed vasectomies on inmates who were sold on the idea of better health, reformed behavior, and a stronger sex drive. In one project that aimed to find a source of rejuvenation, Stanley used live prisoners for surgery that transplanted testicles, human or otherwise. The
The
experiment
frick?
began with testicles sourced from executed prisoners, but when the supply ran dry, Dr. Stanley began using boar and goat
Oh my
testes in
God.
his work.
What
Number
is?
6, the Boston Project.
It's
I don't
getting-
know.
attack.
America's
We're only
weird,
at number
dude.
6. We're at number 6.
Yeah, dude, yeah, America's weird as shit, bro.
Humans are tapped. Humans
Yeah,
are tapped.
that
We're
too, but
tapped. We're disgusting.
Working with the Oak Ridge National
But this is just
Laboratory
US
from
ones, though. That's what, like, it's,
1957, Dr. William Sweet, who was the chief neurosurgeon at Harvard's Massachusetts General Hospital, gave uranium injections to 11 cancer patients who were terminally ill, with all but one
Uranium?
reportedly suffering from brain tumors. Dr. Sweet was interested in learning how the distribution of uranium affected the body and whether it could be used to treat tumors. In 1995,
it
under
killed them.
testimony,
Uranium, like, it's radioactive, it causes cancer.
Yeah,
How it's gonna-
exactly, that's what
I was
about
gonna
to
say
say.
uranium, like
Maybe
I
unless you would pray it would have
Yeah.
reverse effects, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what the thought
Just
process
don't do it.
was.
His thought was like, you know how when you go out drinking the next morning, you should drink.
Yeah,
What,
yeah.
having
If you've got
withdrawals from
if
radioactivity.
you've if you've got cancer, put more cancer in.
Yeah, you know, you can fight. Yeah, you know. I mean, I'm not saying it works. Obviously.
yeah,
Obviously not. It's on disturbing human experiments.
yeah, obviously didn't.
had consent from all his patients for his experiments. However, a lack of supporting documents, as well as the case of one patient who was found unconscious and later died without regaining consciousness or being identified, makes those claims slightly dubious. Number 5, the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. From 1932 to 1972, 600 African American farmers from Alabama were selected for a U.S. Public Health Services program, receiving free health care and other benefits for their cooperation. However, they weren't told they were actually being studied. 399 of the men had syphilis, while the other 201 were used as a control group. Many of these subjects, poor and often illiterate sharecroppers, didn't even know they had the disease. Even after penicillin was developed as a cure for syphilis in 1947, the treatment was withheld from the patients, as was access to proper information or treatment. Many ultimately died of syphilis, with at least 40 women contracting it from their husbands, and nearly 20 children born with it. As a result of an information leak, the project was shut down in 1972.
You know, there's like the theory that, like, you know, like HIV and all that, like, apparently, like, there's conspiracies that it was planted, wasn't it? Like, it was planted in these countries to spread and stuff like that. It's all tapped. It's all very tapped. So many conspiracies, but yeah, very tapped. Not a fan.
It wasn't until 1997 that President Bill Clinton formally apologized on behalf of the government for what happened.
The 8 men who are survivors of the syphilis study at Tuskegee are a living link to a time not so very long ago that many Americans would prefer not to remember.
Number 4, the University of California experiments on newborns. Leading up to a study published in the Medical Journal of Pediatrics, 113 newborn babies, no older than 3 days old, were experimented on by scientists at the University of California's Department of Pediatrics in the early 1960s. Studies conducted on the babies included a battery of bizarre and seemingly unnecessary experiments regarding blood flow and pressure. In one test, over 40 babies were placed on circumcision boards and held upside down, while doctors measured how their blood flowed to their head. In another, babies were placed ankle deep in ice-cold water, while a catheter was inserted into their aorta in an effort to monitor their aortic pressure.
What's happening?
Number 3,
Why?
This is nuts. This is nuts.
Why?
This is so nuts.
What is wrong? Oh my god, I hate people. I hate
The
people.
forces electroconvulsive therapy on children. While working as a neuropsychiatrist at New York's Bellevue Hospital, Dr. Loretta Bender decided an effective treatment for children with developmental disorders or schizophrenia was electroconvulsive therapy, or ECT, previously called electroshock therapy.
Oh my god.
In 1947, Dr. Bender sent small electric currents through the brains of 98 children, all of whom were 12 or under, and one of whom was 3. Another of Dr. Bender's methods for trying to alleviate schizophrenia was to give her young patients LSD. Ted Chabasinski was one of the children who went through the therapy when he was 6 years old, and he later became a human rights activist who successfully fought against the use of electroshock therapy in California.
The best thing we can do is go on with our daily routine. All right?
Jeez.
Number 2, military experiments with mustard gas during World War II. In 1943, the Navy recruited upwards of 60,000 young men for a study. Only they weren't asked to participate. They were told. Only when they arrived at the Naval Research Laboratory in Washington, D.C., did they find the real purpose of the study, to measure the effects of mustard gas and other chemicals on humans.
The crazy part is, like, in the military, like, they're so trained to just, like, listen to their orders and do what they're
Because they have,
do.
like, you know, that's
what they even something like that, and it's so messed up. Like, they'll be like,
The thing is, like, you obey orders, don't you? That's it. It's just bang, following leader's orders, bang, go. Mental.
They rubbed chemical on my arm and hands and had me breathe the gas without a mask on. I had no protective clothing in the gas chamber.
Locked in chambers and exposed to the deadly gas, the men involved in these experiments suffered horrible health effects, including internal and external burns. Additionally, as it was a wartime experiment, they were bound by oaths of secrecy and faced dishonorable discharge or imprisonment if they spoke of the order.
Oh my
details
god!
of which were not formally declassified until 1993. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Jesus Christ!
This is a bit weird.
Honorable.
Let's have some honorable
mentions.
Yeah. What do you mean honorable mentions?
The wrong choice of words there, Mojo.
What is...
Georgia, what?
See, this is what I'm saying, bro. Why do they do this shit?
I don't know. Yeah, why?
Vanderbilt University's vitamin drinks. Following World War II, researchers at Vanderbilt University gave over 800 pregnant women a mysterious concoction they were told was a special vitamin drink. It was actually mixtures that contained doses of radioactive iron, as the scientists were testing its absorption rate during pregnancy. The radiation these women were exposed to was reportedly 30 times higher than normal. Around 3 or 4 children died of cancer or leukemia as a result of the experiment. Some mothers developed rashes, lost hair and teeth, and contracted various types of cancer themselves. In 1994, almost 40 years later, Vanderbilt University faced a lawsuit for the 4-year study and was forced to pay out more than $10 million in damages. Do you agree with our list?
Not bad. Not too bad. I mean, we ran him pretty ragged.
Which American
Didn't like
experiment
the list.
horrified you the most?
I didn't either.
I get a little skittish, nervous.
For more historical top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to
Right, this is
Watch
why I got
It.
trust issues. This is why I got trust issues.
Well, yeah. Listen, if anyone
I don't blame you for having trust issues. I have trust issues too.
Just know I'm breaking out however I can. I'm causing a scene.
An airport.
Like, not me. You're not putting any uranium in my anus or anything. I'm good. I'm out.
That's in an airport.
Peace.
It's just like we need to
I
check
don't know
you
why.
out.
I don't know what.
Because that's what I feel like they might catch you in a country. You've flown to Mexico, for example. All of a sudden, this bloke comes up to you and says, "Come with me." Now you're in the back of a black van and he's rubbing uranium all over you. Great.
You know
Nice.
what? I guess all of this stuff is one upside to the world being so connected and everything being filmed and on
True.
social media and people being connected. Because back then stuff like this could happen, people could just disappear and like no one would
Nobody
look
would-
into it,
yeah.
no one would know. Like now
Yeah.
there's so much information. Luckily, well,
That
hopefully
video's
less
made
shit
I was
me-
gonna
like
say,
this
you
happens.
hope. You hope.
Yeah.
The video's
yeah.
made me uncomfortable, you know.
Yeah, me
I
too.
like it. Right. Well, goodbye, everyone.
There are some messed up humans out there. Stay safe. We'll see you all next time.
Peace.
Peace out.
Bye. Yeah, why? Just why? Why? I mean, I guess that's the reason why is because they're asking what would happen, so it's like the question of why, or how would a human react to this, but it's just, that's, I don't know how to explain it, like, just like my brain just like the vault one, like I couldn't do it. I know I couldn't do it. If I was knowing that I was actively harming another human being, like I can't do it. I am just like, no, I know. My morals are way too goddamn high for me to even like no. Like even when I accidentally hurt, you go to grab somebody and you scratch them by accident because your nails are too long. Well, mine aren't right now, but I'm like freaking out. Like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Like, they're like, it's fine. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, gosh, I know. I'd be like, no, I'm sorry. Like, just but yeah, I did not enjoy this video. I really didn't. I hate to know that this was an actual thing that happened here, like literally not even that long ago. Like it's like within less than 100 years. Yeah. Yeah. Some of them. Yeah. Yeah, less than 100 years. That's crazy. That's... And I wouldn't doubt it if there's shit that still goes on like this, just really, really kept secret, like, Because, I mean, think about Area 51. I know they say that's where, like, all the alien shit is, but who knows? There could be all kinds of experiment shit going on over there we don't even know about because it's so kept, because it's such a, kept secret that nobody freaking knows anything about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just, the world is just so corrupt sometimes, and it pisses me off. It really does. But, yeah, let me know, did you guys, I mean, I don't know. Which one do you think was the worst? Because I think that mustard gas one was, I guess number 1 was the worst, but I mean, like, actively just rubbing mustard gas on them and making them inhale it and just, like, that's just pure torture at that point. Like, Sorry, I just literally hated everything to do with this video. So yeah, other than that, I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully I won't be as pissed off in this one. Oh god, well, wait, I won't be as pissed off in the next video as I am in this one. That's what I meant to say, my brain. Yep, so yeah, I will see you guys later, alright? Bye!